आवाज आई? अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू।
Walaikum assalam.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Walaikum assalam.
Assalamu warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Just give me a quick second, please. Okay, I'm back. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulil kareem. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Jazakallah khair everyone for coming and attending the class. How's everybody doing?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Now I have one phone here in the list. It says iPhone and a bunch of icons. May I know who's this person? Can somebody, can you please tell me your name?
Assalamu alaikum, Afia.
Assalam, Sis Rafia. How are you? No, you're not the one. I can see you as your name is there.
Oh.
There is one person here with a weird name on it. It's nice to know if I know who am I talking to. Okay. Anyhow, what's the time? 9:35. I think we should start. And let's hope that more people can join. Okay, so does anybody remember what did we do last time? Can you guys see my camera? The picture, my screen?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So today the agenda is we are going to do a quick 15-minute review of the previous class. Then there is a 15 minutes to cover another subject, inshallah. And then we take it from there. So I'm asking a question. Do you remember what did we cover last time?
We covered halat, status.
Status.
And
So we covered status. And can somebody tell me what does the status tell me, and why do I need to know the status?
it tells about subjects and objects, file, maf'ul, happening to the noun.
Okay, can somebody mute their phones? Okay. All right. So anybody else want to give it a try before I go through the review? Brother Shadid or anybody else? Brother Fawad?
Sorry, about what?
Say that again?
Yeah, what should I say?
Okay, I'm asking that why is it important to know the status of a noun?
Yeah, so because we have to know about the subject, object, and position. Like find
So
and
we need
position.
to
Yeah.
know, yeah, we need to know if the noun is the doer or something is happening to it or there is a possession. Okay, so,
Yeah, then I was doing something.
so we talked about the status. Status is one of the classification of the ism. Now, by now we should know that as soon as I say ism, what should come to my mind? What is the picture you get in your head?
Noun.
Noun. But right away, what other thing should come to your mind?
Yes, four things comes to our mind. Adad, wasat, arab.
Okay, very good job. See, that is the thing. As soon as I say ism, those four things should come into your mind because they're all interconnected. And in the last subject or the last session, without knowing the gender and the number, it is hard to know the status of the noun. Correct? Okay, so the first thing is, our goal is that we want to know what is the noun doing. Is it a file, meaning is it a doer or a subject? So the noun which is doing something, right? And then there is a maf'ul, which is an object. Something is happening to the noun. And the next thing is the possession of the noun, right? And what examples we gave? We said, let's look at English. And we said, Hamid hit Zaid, right? So who's the doer? Hamid. And the action is he's hitting, and he's hitting Zaid. Zaid is the maf'ul, right? So file and maf'ul. Then if we change the order of the word in English, Zaid hit Hamid, now Zaid becomes the subject and Hamid becomes the object. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The third thing was, if we look at, we say Hamid's book, or we say book of Hamid. This is the third category. This tells me about the possession or relationship. Okay, and that's the jar part. Remember the jar? Okay, let's look at the next slide. So, how do we tell through the Arab how many harakas we have in Arabic?
3.
Dhamma, fatatan, dhammatan, fatatan, kasratan, right? Or dhamma, fatha, kasra. We have 3 harakas. In order to tell that if the noun is a file, what are we supposed to have? Dhamma. And rafa will be, so when you have dhamma, what is the status of that noun? Rafa. And that means that noun is also known as marfu. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. For the maf'ul, what kind of haraka we need?
Fathatan.
Fathatan or fatha. And when a noun has a fatha, it's called as mansub, and the status is nasab. That is in the status of nasab. Okay. Then the possession is what? Kasra. And it's known as jar. And if there is a kasra on a noun, it's called as bin majroor. Making sense?
Yes.
Okay. So, for example, we said Muhammadun sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, what is the status of Muhammadun? This is a noun, right? It's a name of a person.
Yes.
Muhammadun, when we say Muhammadun, we know that it's in the status of or state of Rafa. And we right away we know that in this sentence, if there is a sentence, Muhammadun will be the file, will be the doer of it. And that's called Rafa.
Yes.
Right? Nasab, Muhammadan, then that will be Ismaful. Right? If there is a Ali Muhammadin, look at there are 2 kasras here. That means the family of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that shows the possession and the relationship. So that will be halatija or majrur. Is everybody clear on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. Now, in order to understand the status, we know a couple of rules. Okay, just to make it easy for you, if the adad is singular, if the number is singular, whether it's a male or female, or if it is jama mukassar, if it's a broken plural, it doesn't matter whether muzakkar or muannas. How can we tell the status of that noun?
The last letter.
Was it the last letter and the haraka?
The last letter. The haraka and the last letter.
Very good job. So, for example, here we know that kafirun is singular and it's a male, correct?
Yes.
So we can say in a halat rafa it will be kafirun, correct? And then halat nasab is going to be kafiran, And when it's a male, we have to add the extra alif in the nasab. Okay. And kafirin, meaning is in the state of jar or in the halat jar. If it's a female, so what is it going to be? Kafiratun, kafiratan, kafiratan. So we look at the last letter, which is in here is the ra. So the haraka goes on the last letter, and we can tell the status by just looking at the last letter and the haraka. This was clear? Now,
Yes.
what is a broken plural, by the way? Can somebody remind me what a broken plural is?
Jama mukassar.
Jama mukassar. Yeah. What is the definition?
And the word is not included.
The word is not included. Meaning, when you're making the plural, the noun does not come completely in that in plural, right?
Ismi sifat, yeah.
Yes. So what was the example? For example, we have an example that in kalamun is singular, correct?
Aqlam.
So when we make it dual, we said kalamani. And what did we make? Aklamun.
Aqlam.
Right? So in here, kalamun broke by the time we got to aklamun. So what will be the status? How can we tell the status? By looking at the last letter, aklamun, aklaman, aklamin. Okay, everybody clear on that? These rules, because next time, because we are next, inshallah, Friday, we are going to make our first sentence in Arabic. And these things are required to be known before we can make the sentence. So at that time, I will not have time to explain to you. As soon as I say, give me the rafa of something, you need to know the jins, the number, and then right away you should be able to tell me the rafa of that noun. Making sense?
Yes.
Okay, so inshallah, keep that in mind. And this is where the practice needs to come into the picture. Okay, so let's do some examples which we did last time. We made a chart like this. If you remember, I started like a blank piece of paper here, right? I made this chart and then I labeled it like this and I call it, this column is adad. So first I said wahid, which means singular. And then I said muzakkar and muannas. Then I put the jins, which is right here, the muzakkar and muannas. Then the status, which is rafa, nasab and jar. So we took the example of muslimun. Muslimun, musliman, muslimin. The female of muslimun is muslimatun, muslimatan, muslimatin. Right. When we went to musanna, we learned the next rule that in rafa is going to be muslimani, and nasab will be muslimaini, and jar will be muslimin. So it was the what sound? Aini sound.
Aini or Aini.
Muslimaini, muslimaini. Correct?
So almost the same. Nasb and jar.
Right. Nasab and jar is same. So it's a good news that you don't have to memorize more. When you are making a musanna, in nasab and jar is the same. So when you're using the sentence, you will tell by the context whether it's a jar or nasab.
Okay. Jazakallah.
So the muslimatani, muslimataini, muslimataini.
Okay.
Making sense? Okay. So kutub is again jama mukassar, kutubun, kutuban, kutubin. Because jama mukassar, we can tell the status by the last letter and the haraka. But when we have a sound plural, we have, for example, muslimun. Muslimun will become muslimuna. Una sound. Muslimuna. So muslimina, muslimina. So ina sound is nasab and jar. Everybody clear on that?
Yes.
Okay. So when we make the plural sound for female, we have the sound like muslimatun, muslimatin, muslimatin. So atun, atin, atin is the ending sound for the female for plural, sound plural, which is Jama Salim. Everybody good?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I hope that you guys have done practice, and over the weekend I've been sending you some review material on the WhatsApp. How many people got the chance to look at it?
Yes. I get a chance to look at it.
Did you guys look at it?
Yeah.
Did you find it useful?
Yeah, very useful. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay,
Might help
so
in-
today what we're gonna do, let's look at the time, 9:49. So that's good time. I'm gonna spend another 15 minutes on a new subject, and I need your full attention. So we are at the stage, we have the category ism, and then we have the category Arab. Okay. So the people of the Arabic language, when they look at ism, they said we are going to divide them into two kinds. Okay. So they called it Arab, and they call it Mabni.
Hello, I cannot hear.
Mabni, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So what they did, they converted the ism into two categories. They call it Morab and Mabni. Can you guys repeat with me? Morab?
Morab, Mabni.
So Morab is 98% of the nouns are Morab, and only 2% are Mabni. Okay. So what is the meaning of Morab? This has to do with flexibility. So this is non-flexible, and this is flexible. Everybody clear on that?
Yes.
Sorry, what is Ma'rab? I was mute. I could not hear.
Morab is flexible, and Mabni is non-flexible.
Okay.
Okay. So what they did, they further divided the Morab into two kinds. They call it Munsarif, and they call it Ghair Munsarif. Okay. There are only 13% Ghair Munsarif and 87% Munsarif. Making sense?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the meaning of Munsarif? Munsarif is fully flexible, and the Ghair Munsarif is partly flexible. Okay. So that's the first thing I want you to understand. So ism has two kinds. They divide into Morab, which is flexible, and Mabni, which is non-flexible. The percentage you can see, majority of the nouns are Morab, which are 98%, and Mabni are only 2%. Okay, and then flexible were subdivided into two more called Munsarif and Ghair Munsarif. 87% Munsarif and 13% Ghair Munsarif. And they are fully flexible, and these are partly flexible. Now let's talk about that. What is the meaning of this flexible and non-flexible? So first talk about Mabni. Mabni. Okay. What is the meaning of Mabni?
Non-flexible.
Non-flexible. Okay. How many states a noun can have?
Three.
How many statuses a noun can have?
Four.
No.
Three.
Only three, right? Three statuses. What are those? Rafa,
Rafa, Nasb,
Rafa,
Jar.
Nasab, and Jar. Okay. The examples we just saw, we saw that from Rafa to Nasab to Jar, the status is changing. Okay. Mabni are those nouns which do not change their status in rafa and they stay the same. Let me give you an example. We say Musa. Okay. In rafa is going to be Musa. In nasab is going to be Musa, and his jar is going to be Musa. Can it be Musun, Musan, and Musin? Does it sound good?
No.
No. So they divided the nouns and they said those nouns which do not change their status in all three states are non-flexible. We call them mabni. Making sense? For example,
all names fall
Isa,
under this category.
Isa, Isa. Okay. There is another. I will give you the chart of these words, and then again, some of them you will recognize just because memorizing them or with the experience, inshallah. There is another word or another noun called haza. How many people are familiar with haza?
Haza is this.
Yes, haza is this. Brother Shadid, you have a question?
Yes, are the names like a person's name normally fall into this non-flexible category?
These specific names are the one which follow into this category.
Okay.
Okay.
So not all names.
Not all. We have to remember these. So one category could be like this. For example, remember when we were dealing with the feminine, we came across something like cobra. Cobra. And you can see cobra is same pattern as Musa and Isa. So they will be mabni. Okay. Haza will also remain haza. Okay. Haza, haza, haza. In all three states, it's going to be haza, haza, haza. Making sense? There is another word we know. We know that allazi, allazi, allazi. It's not going to change. So stay with me. Inshallah, just try to focus on the concept that mabni are the one which are not flexible. They said we don't care. Your regular noun might have three states, but in all three states will stay the same. We're not going to change. So they're the stubborn one. They're not flexible. So next time if I say mabni, what comes into your mind? The non-flexible. Okay. And when I say what is the meaning of non-flexible, you're going to tell me what?
Stays the same for all status.
They stay the same for all status. Okay. So if you remember, I said the next one category was munsarif and ghair munsarif. Now, munsarif is how many percent?
87.
And ghair munsarif?
13.
So which one should we learn? What makes sense? What should we go after? Should we go after 87% or should we go after the 13%?
13%.
13%.
So just to tell you what the munsarif means, munsarifs are fully flexible, right? So they have three statuses. How many statuses?
3.
3. So when we say Muslimun, Musliman, and Muslimin, what kind of noun is this? It's a munsarif noun.
Munsarif.
Munsarif, fully flexible. Okay. The ghair munsarif, as you can tell, in the completely non-flexible, we said all three states, they're not going to change. In fully flexible, all three states are different. So ghair munsarif, only 2 statuses. 2 statuses. So for example, it's going to be, and they have no tanween. No tanween. For example, if I say Ibrahimu, sorry. So Rafa will be Ibrahimu, and then Ibrahima. What happened here? It has only two states. For Nasab and Jar, it stays the same. Ibrahimu, Ibrahima. Is that making sense?
Yes.
Okay. So here, like, remember when we were understanding the feminine gender, we said there are categories, right? We said there are 8 categories. Remember for the gender?
Yes.
Okay. So in Ghair Munsarif, we also have categories. So the one of the category is the name of non-Arab men. Okay, let me show you this in a different way so that you guys can better understand it. Okay, so let me try a new share and let me take you here. Okay, so for example, here, non-Arab names are partly flexible. Arab names are fully flexible. Okay, and there are 4 Arab prophet names. There is a exception. For example, Shoaibun, Salihun, Hudun, Muhammadun. They are flexible. Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin, Hudun, Hudan, Hudin, Salihun, Salihan, Salihin, Shoaibun, Shoaiban, Shoaibin. So they have, we have to remember these. So Yusuf and Ismail, there are non-Arab names. Is everybody clear on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. As I mentioned, there are certain things we can understand logically, but certain things we have to memorize, or we have to keep in the habit of using them so that we start to understand it, right?
Yes.
So the concept we can understand here is the following, that we have nouns, only 2% of them are non-flexible, 98% are flexible. The 2% which are not flexible, they don't change any state. In all 3 states, they stay the same. Okay. For example, if I show you that information, I believe I have it here. Let's look at this. We had we had something like Haza. Remember, I talked about Haza, and we talked about Musa, right? And they have the same status in all 3. Okay. Any question, by the way? Any questions?
No.
Okay. So non-Arab names are partly flexible. They only do 2 states. So we have, for example, Ibrahimu, Ibrahima, Ibrahima, Yusufu, Yusufa, Yusufa, Ismailu, Ismaila, Ismaila. So the exception is that the 4 prophets are out of this exception. Then there are 2 more. If there is a 3-letter name with a sukoon on the middle letter, then they're also fully flexible, which means Lutun, Nuhun, they will be under this category. So we can say 6 prophet, other than 6 prophet, the rest are partly flexible. They are ghair munsarif.
Okay, what are the other 4?
Muhammadun, Hudun, Salihun, Shuaibun. Can you see my screen, by the way?
So what I
Yes.
understand is that Yusuf and Ibrahim is not Arabic names.
They're not Arabic names.
Okay.
See, that's why we are saying that non-Arab names, they are partly flexible. Partly flexible is the ghair munsarif, right?
But these are all in Quran.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they are non-Arabs. They're non-Arab names. I'm not telling you this. This is the material telling us that these are the non-Arab names, right?
Mm.
Okay, so we need to understand these and we memorize them. We also memorize that there are 4, or we call them 6 name of prophets. They are totally flexible. For example, Muhammadun, Hudun, Salihun, Shoaibun, and Lutun and Nuhun. So feminine names, the next category is feminine names and uniquely masculine names. So all feminine names are partly flexible. Masculine names that have no feminine counterparts are also partly flexible. For example, if I say a name of an Arabic lady or a lady like Aisha Tu, I cannot say Aisha Tun. It's always going to be Aisha Tu, Aishata, Aishata, Khatija Tu, Khatijata, Khatijata. Now Hamza is basically name of a male. So we're saying that these names are going to be Hamzatu, Hamzata, Hamzata. Okay, and the Arabic names or the names which end in the alif and noon, like Usman, this one also is ghair munsarif.
So these are all female names or just female non-Arab names?
These Hamza is not a female name.
No, the one, sorry, the above.
The above
mentioned.
are the feminine names.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So next time if I say use Fatima in the sentence, and let's say you need to use Fatima in Halat Rafa, so you cannot say Fatima Tun, because Fatima is a female and it's a singular, and we know that a singular noun is identified by the haraka on the last letter, correct? Like Muslimun. Okay, this will come with experience, inshallah. Try to gather the concept. I know it's kind of a little bit complex, but inshallah you can catch it. So the next category is proper names of places. For example, Makkatu, Makkata, Makkata. So it's not gonna be Makkatun. You will not find is Makkatun. You will always find is Makkatu. Okay.
Can we look at the female names again?
Female names right here. Okay. Should I move now? Okay. So again, you can see, if you look at this chart, we are doing the Arab, and then we are talking about the flexibility. So we have fully flexible, which is known as munsarif, partly flexible, which is ghair munsarif, and non-flexible is the mabni. Okay. So if we do it quickly, we just looked at these names, right?
Yes.
So what is Muhammadun?
So full.
Fully.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Talha?
Maybe partial.
Is
No,
Partial.
partial. Okay, very good. Saleh?
partial.
No.
Partial.
Saleh was full.
Fully.
Remember over here?
Yes.
Look at here.
So,
He was among the one which is the exception. Okay. So let's go back quickly and let's look at Nuh.
The full.
Full.
fully.
Adn.
Partial.
Adn is partial. Zakaria.
Partial.
Umar.
Partial.
And Makkah.
Partial.
Jahannam.
Partial.
Hudan.
Full.
Hudan.
Is it full? Or is it full?
I think it's a mabni. Look at the alif maksura here, right? Like Kubra, Musa, Isa.
So anything with alif maksura or alif maksura is mabni.
Yes, it's gonna fall into mabni. Now,
Okay.
who can tell me Umar here, that Umara right here? If I read it, it's Umara. Who can give me the rafa of this?
Umaru.
Umaru. Umaru. And then nasab and jar?
Umara, Umara.
Very good.
Umar.
Umar, are you there today?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, who can give me the three status of Nuh?
I can try.
Okay, go ahead.
Nuhun,
Mm-hmm.
Nuhan,
Nuhan,
Nuhin.
Nuhin. Jazakallah khair. Good. Ahsan. So how do you know that you had to do all three states?
Because 3 letters and the middle is sukun.
Very good job. Okay, so this is among the exceptions of those 6 prophet names.
Yes.
Okay, Jahannama. So what is Jahannama telling me? What state am I looking at? Or who can tell me the 3 states of Jahannama?
Jahannamu, Jahannama, Jahannama.
MashaAllah. Very good job, Umar. So Alhamdulillah, I believe you guys got the concept. And if you review it a little bit on your own time, I'm sure you will understand this. Tayyib?
Why I can't say Jahannami?
What's that again? Because
Jahan.
we just looked at these words. This is a name, proper name of a place, and it is partly flexible. Okay, so it can be Jahannamun, Jahannaman, Jahannamin. You will not find it. It's Jahannamu, Jahannama, Jahannama.
So partly flexible. The 2 status that stay the same are the nasab and the jar.
They stay the same. They only have 2 statuses, but they don't take the tanween, by the way. You see, in our other example, like Muslimun, we have the tanween. Tanween comes in the fully flexible form because it can take all 3 forms. So that's the technical part here. The next time when we come across a noun, and if it's one of these nouns, and we are supposed to use it in a rafa or a nasab or jar, we need to know these statuses. Inshallah, when we do examples later on, when we make sentences, this will come and then it will make more sense, inshallah. Okay, so can I move forward with the next lesson?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so our next lesson today is the 4th part, is the
Wusat.
Wusat, mashallah. So today we are going to talk about, let me quickly change back to my camera. Can you guys see the share or no?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look now.
Yes.
So inshallah, this is our 4th classification of noun. And once we understand this, in the next lecture, inshallah, we'll be able to make a complete sentence in Arabic, inshallah. Okay, so the name is Wusat and is part of Ism, is one of the classification of Ism. And in English, we call it capacity. Okay, we can also call it type. It's a kind of it's a type of a noun. Okay, how do I simply understand this? Simply understand it by it can only be, it has two things. It has definite or indefinite capacity. Okay, definite means it is proper. Another name for it is it's a proper noun, and this one is a common noun. Okay, now how come I don't hear any sisters participating today? Are they there? Is anybody there? Sister Nosheen?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, so Wusat, which is capacity, we need to know about them, that is a definite or indefinite. meaning definite means proper noun and indefinite mean common noun. The Arabic name for this is ma'rafa and nakara. Can everybody repeat after me? Wasat is definite
Definite,
or indefinite?
indefinite.
Definite means proper noun
Proper noun,
or Arabic ma'rafa.
not
Alpha.
And indefinite common noun
common noun,
nakara.
nakara.
Example is if I say Muslimun, what is the translation of Muslimun?
Muslim.
Muslim, a Muslim.
A Muslim. Okay. So is it a common noun or proper noun?
Common.
Common noun. Why? Because it could be any Muslim. Correct?
Yes,
It could be any Muslim. So in other words, it is indefinite. Or it is nakara. Making sense?
yes,
Now, how do I make it proper noun?
a Muslim.
If I want to say the Muslim,
Al-Muslim.
so then I just simply add alif lam to it, and I call it
Al-Muslimu.
al-muslimun. When I say al-muslimu, when I add the al, then one of the tanween has to drop.
Yeah, only one. The man.
So what is it now? Al-muslim.
Al-Muslimu.
That means the Muslim. That's a specific one. So this is a proper noun. And we can say this is definite. And this is ma'arafa. Ma'arafa. Making sense?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. So this is the simple thing about the capacity. We need to know by looking at it, is it a definite ism or is it an indefinite one? And simply want to know if it's a proper noun or a common noun, and then if it's a nakara or ma'rifa. So in Arabic, I would be talking about these keywords, and you need to know that. I'm telling you the English for your benefit, but we need to focus on these names because this is what we are trying to learn. Okay, a simple rule for making a nakara noun into ma'rifa, you simply add the al and the noun, and when you do that, one of the tanweens drops and it will stay single. So al and tanween cannot combine. Can you write down this rule that al and the tanween cannot be combined? Okay, so in order to understand the difference between definite and indefinite, can we say the number of indefinite is bigger than the definite ones? Can we assume
Yes.
that everything is indefinite and only certain things are definite, right?
Yes.
So what should we learn? Should we learn the indefinite or should we just learn definite?
Definite.
Definite. So what happens is, like in the feminine gender, how many categories we had?
8.
8. So in order to understand the definite noun, we need to know 5 categories. Okay, categories. What are those categories? Number 1 is alam. What is alam, brother Louis? Are you there?
No.
Alam is
Names.
name, a proper noun. In Arabic, alam also stands for a flag. Correct? Okay, so if I say Zaid, is that a proper noun or a common noun?
Proper.
Proper noun.
It's a proper noun. And if it's a proper noun, it is allowed to have the tanween on it. This is an exception. Zaidun, Hamidun, Khalidun.
Wait,
Are
sorry,
these
what is written there? Flat?
Alam means a flag. Okay. One of the categories for definite noun is that alam, that is a proper noun. If it's a proper noun, if you see a proper noun, then you know it's a definite noun. And it's called alam. The category number 1 is called alam. The number 2 is called the isme ishara, and in English is known as demonstrative noun. Isme ishara simply is hadha, zalika, this, that. So isme ishara is this. If you see haza, so if I say haza is definite or indefinite, what are you going to say?
Demonstrative.
Should be definite.
It's a definite noun. What is the capacity of this noun? That it is a ma'rifa, not nakara, right? Number 3 is the isme mausula, which is allazi. If you see allazi somewhere, it is ma'rifa or nakara?
Ma'rifa.
Marfa.
Okay. And then number 4, that we add al to the word. So we say mu'arraf bil lam. Mu'arraf bil lam.
Wait, so what is number 3 again? Sorry.
Isme mausula, allazi.
Alladhi.
Okay. Isme mausula, which kind of connect 2 words or 2 nouns. Okay. Okay. So alam, isme ishara, isme mausula, and mu'arraf bil lam. I'm forgetting one. Oh yeah. Number 2 was pronoun, which is called actually pronoun, which is zamir, isme zamir. Okay, I'm going to show you this in the book in a few minutes. Just bear with me for a second. I know my handwriting is getting really bad. So alam, isme zamir, isme ishara, isme mausula, and mu'arraf bil lam.
Wait, so what is the difference between number 2 and number 1?
Okay, number 1 is a proper noun, and number 2 is a pronoun.
Oh, pronoun.
Meaning he, she, it. Okay, huwa. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's quickly look at the book so that we understand what we're talking about, and then we'll talk about it in a few seconds. Okay. All right. Are you able to see this screen? The indefinite and the definite noun?
Yes.
Okay, good. So let's look at this. For example, an-nakara, indefinite noun, is the one that refers to any person, place, or thing and does not denote a particular person or place or thing. For example, rajulun, madinatun, kitabun, farasun, and talibun, madrasun. Does that mean a book, a student, a school is any? It's a common noun. Another word for common noun is indefinite noun. If I talk about, if I want to make these words into definite noun, I can add the al. So what happened here? Here was kitabun. When I added the al, it becomes al kitabu, the book. Al farasu. Karatishi is the name of a particular city, so it's already marifa. Khalidun is already a name of a particular person, so it's a marifa. Making sense?
Yes.
Okay. So now look at, these are the 5 categories I was talking about. A proper noun, alamun. Demonstrative pronoun, isme ishara. Okay. Personal pronoun, zamir, like huwa, he, she, it. Relative pronoun, isme mausul, and the noun rendered definite by the article al, mu'arraf bil lam. When we add the al in front of the common noun and we make it a proper noun. So here is the example of a proper noun. Khalidun, Misrun, Aishatu, Pakistan. When I say Misr, does that mean that there are so many Misrs out there, or is only one Misr? One. So it is not a common, it's not a indefinite noun. It is a definite noun, correct? Okay. What about Pakistan? Okay. Now, one thing about this Mu'arraf bil lam, or here, it says Mu'arraf bil alif. Let's look at this al. We need to understand this alif thing today. We need to understand this al. Okay, for that, and let me quickly go back to my camera, and I want to talk about that. Okay. Actually, they're saying that if you want to make a noun, for example, kitabun, into a proper noun, you have to add the lam. So I'll put the lam here. So what happens? This. Now, can you pronounce this? Can somebody pronounce this? La kitab, right? So what happens in Arabic when you basically add, we are supposed to add a lam to make it ma'rafa, but it's very hard to pronounce now. So in that case, we put alif there. So can you pronounce now?
Al-Kitab.
Al-Kitabu. Very good job. So basically it's only a lam, but we add this alif. So this alif is known as Hamzatul Wasl. Hamzatul Wasl. The people who know Tajweed, do they know anything about Hamzatul Wasl? Brother Louis? Okay.
There is a word behind this, so we will pronounce this one.
Right. So if I say Haza al-Kitab, al-Kitabu. So now how many alifs are there? Two. So if I start reading from here, Hazal, then I don't need this alif.
Yeah.
So this alif is known as Hamzatul
Wasl.
Hamzatul Wasl. And it can be silent now. Is everybody clear on that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when we use al, there is another thing we need to understand about al. There are some letters, they are known as Kamari, the moon letters. How many people know about those moon letters? And there are Shamsi letters, the sun letters. Okay, if I write Al-Kamar, how do you say it? Can somebody say it with me?
Al-Qamaru.
Al-Kamaru, right? So what
Yeah.
did we pronounce the al?
Yes, it's Qamari.
Okay, what about this?
Ash-Shamsu.
What about this one?
Ash-Shamsu.
We did not pronounce the al in this one. We attached the alif to the sheen right away. So these letters, these kind of letters are called sun letters, and the al is not pronounced, and these are called the moon letters, and the al is pronounced. Okay. So let's say, can you see my my PDF? Can you see my screen?
No.
No.
Okay. What about now?
No.
Not this one.
Still camera.
Can you see now?
Yes.
Yes.
This al is known as Lame Tarif. What is it known as? Lame Tarif. So it makes a definite, indefinite noun into a definite noun. Okay. So for example, Rajulun ar-Rajulu, Rajulan ar-Rajula, Rajulin ar-Rajuli, Waladun al-Waladu, Waladan al-Walada, Al-Waladin al-Waladi. Okay. So there are certain huruf, they are known as the moon letters, and some of them are right here. Ghain, Ain, Kha, Ha, Jim. So when you see those letters, and there is a al in front of it, is going to be pronounced al-jidaru, al-babu, al-hakamu. On the other hand, there are some huruf shamsiya, or the sun letters. For example, the sin, ra, sa, and ta. When you read these, you do not pronounce the al. So ar-raqibu, as-samaru, at-tamaru. You see that I'm not pronouncing the al. So the complete list of the letters for moon letters is this, and the sun letters is this. Now, you're going to ask me, how do I know this? We have to memorize these. Okay. Brother Asif, are you there today? Brother Asif. Brother Asif is not there, I think.
Wait, so this sheet is on the drive?
Yes, it's already there on the drive.
Okay.
It's known as lesson number 6. Okay, so I'm feeling that maybe today's lecture was a little bit complex and you guys are not 100% on it. But inshallah, I feel that if you just review it on your own time, it'll start to make sense. So what we have been talking about, let's do a quick review. Or before I do that, let's do some exercises here. Let's write here. Who can start this? So we need to make a following nouns definite by adding the particle al. Okay. So who can take the first one? Ummun.
Al-Umma.
Al-ummu, right?
Al-Ummu.
Because you don't change the haraka, you just add the alif lam, and then, for example, if I show you the solutions, so you see this is how it's going to look like. Let me make it even bigger for you so that you see. You see that right here? This is what it becomes. Al-ummu. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Who can do the number 10?
Al-Jitaru.
Okay, one at a time. Who wants to do it?
Al-Jidaru.
Sister Afi, you try.
Al-Jidaru.
Al-Jidaru. Jazakallah. Why you say al? Why did you said the al was visible, or you
Because Jim is Qamari, Jim.
Jim is Qamari. Very good job. Okay. Masjidun. Who can do masjidun?
Al-Masjidu.
Al-Masjidu. Good job. Brother Shadid, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. You want to try madrasatun?
Al-Madrasatu.
Al-Madrasatu. MashaAllah. Very good. Mu'allamun. Who's going to do the mu'allamun?
Al-Mu'allaman.
Al-Mu'allamu. Right? Al-Mu'allamu. Because when you add alif or alif lam, the tanween drops to single. So Al-Mu'allamu. And if you can look at the solution here, it's somewhere here. Al-Mu'allamu. Okay. Okay. Talibun.
Talibu.
Is that?
At-Talibu.
At-Talibu.
Al-Talibu?
At-Talibu.
At-Talibu. What? Why At-Talibu?
That's a
Shamsi.
Shamsi letter.
MashaAllah, because it's a Shamsi letter. So, alhamdulillah, you're getting the idea here. Sayyaratu.
As-Sayyaratu.
As-Sayyaratu. Again, Shamsi letter. Sa'atu. Brother Kabir, Sa'atu. As-Sa'atu. Right? As-Sa'atu. MashaAllah. Very good. So let's look at the exercise number 2. The following nouns are nonanized with a fatha. So attach the article al to them. For example, warakatan will become al-warakata. So what status is that?
Nasab.
Nasab, mashallah.
Mansub.
Mansub, very good job. Mansub or nasab, very good. So ardan, who can do that?
Ar-Radu. Ar-Radu.
Al-arda.
Ar-Radu.
Aradu.
Arradu.
Radu.
Very good. Let's see. Al-ardu. Al-arda. I think I was doing it right. I don't know why we did al-arda. Okay, let's see. Next one. Okay, first of all, daran. What does daran mean? What is dar?
Place to live.
House.
A house. Very good. Place to live. Right. So daran will be al. Is dal shamsi or kamari?
Shamsi.
Shamsi.
Okay. So what is it?
Adar.
Ad-dara. Right. So let's take a look. Ad-dara. Good job. Okay. Next one. Baban.
Al-Baban. Ab-Baban. Ab-Baban.
Baba.
Ab-Baban.
Al-baba. Right.
Baba.
Al. Where is it? Here.
Arbab. Alba.
Okay. See it. What's going on? Al-baba. Is it not there or what? It's not there. Okay. Taliban.
At-Taliba.
At-Taliba.
At-Taliba. Very good job. So At-Taliba is there. Oh, even At-Taliba is not there. What's going on? Am I looking at the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. They didn't give answer for all of them. Okay. Exercise number 3. The following nouns are nounized with a kasra. So make them definite by attaching al to them. So this is Qurasiya, Qurra, Siyatan, Al-Qurra Sati. Al-Qurra Sati. Okay. Wardatan, Wardatin,
Al-Wardati.
And the water
Al-Wardati, Uyunin, Uyunin,
Al-Uyuni.
Uni.
okay. Jaridatan,
Al-Jarir.
Al-Harirati. Al-Harirati.
Al-Jaridati.
Sama'in,
As-Sama'i.
As-Sama'i.
As-Sama'i, Kitabin,
Al-Kitabi.
Al-Kitab.
okay. So inshallah, overall, I think we got the hang of it, but it's just we need some practice. Even myself today is a little bit not getting hang of it too much, but inshallah, we did a good job. Jazakallah khair. So the quick review is, today we talked about the Arab, and we said the second part of the Arab was the flexibility. The people of the Arabic language has divided the noun into 2 kinds. One of them called Marib, one of them called Mabni. The Mabni is only 2%, 98% are Marib. In English, that means that Mabni are non-flexible. In all 3 states, they stay the same. However, the Marib one have 2 categories. One of them is fully flexible and one of them is partly flexible. Okay, so the partly flexible only changes 2 states, and the fully flexible can change all 3 states. And for the partly flexible, we looked into some categories. For example, non-Arabic names for male. We said they are going to be partly flexible. Exception was the 6 prophets: Muhammad, Nuh, Muhammadan, Nuh, Lut, Saleh, Hud, and one more, I think, Shoaib. Okay, so those were the 6 names. They can take all 3 forms, but the rest of the names only contain 2 forms. Now, in the partly flexible, there is only single dhamma. There is no tanween. Okay, these are now the way I'm repeating them. I'm not looking at the book. I am just doing it from my mind, and this is exactly what I want you to do. That these kind of rules should stick in your head. And so the next time when you look at it or you talk about it, you recall these rules and tell me that, okay, this is how these rules are. Making sense?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sure that we have talked enough about it so you know what I'm talking about. Then the next topic was the wusat. And in wusat, we need to know only 2 things. Can somebody mute this bird sound, please? Okay. So in the wusat, we want to know if the noun is definite or indefinite. Definite mean is a proper noun, and in Arabic we call it ma'rafa. Indefinite noun is called common noun, and we call it nakara. Okay, there are 5 categories of definite nouns. It's like a alam. Alam is a proper noun. If in the name of a person is already definite. For example, if I say Abid, that means I'm talking about a specific person. If I say Khalid, if I say a boy, then it could be any boy, right? But when I say Al Walad, then I'm talking about the boy, which is a specific. So alam is one. Pronouns in English we use pronoun like he, she, it. In Arabic they are huwa, hum, huwa, hiya, and hum, anta, antum. Those are the pronouns. And then the next one was the isme ishara. Isme ishara means the demonstrative noun, which is like haza, zalika, ulaika, haulai. These are all making ishara sound. Okay. Sometime we also, I didn't talk about it, but let me mention it. Sometime we call it isminada. For example, when you say ya abid, ya insan, ya, ya so and so. When we use ya to call somebody like ya Muhammad, then we know that we're talking about one specific person. So isminada like ya ayyuhallazina, that is also ma'rafa. Okay. The next one was isme mausula. Isme mausula is which we use as allazi, allazina. Those are the words, and they are ma'rafa. Also, there was another one which was the mu'arraf bil lam, and mu'arraf bil lam is when you add al to a noun to make it definite. Okay, the rule is when you add, you're technically adding a lam, but if you cannot pronounce the word, then you have to add the alif, and the tanween has to drop to a single haraka. So if it's two fatatan, it will become one fatha. If it's dammatan, it will become one damma. If it's kasratan, it will become one kasra. That was the rule. And then alhamdulillah, we did some exercises. You have these exercises in the Google Drive. You already have the link. All the material is already there. Now, by the way, I uploaded the videos to the YouTube channel. Did you guys get a chance to look at it yet? I can barely hear you.
Yes.
Sorry.
How many
Yes.
people looked at those videos so far?
Just use the Google Drive.
Yes, not what I did. I actually went one step ahead and I uploaded to the YouTube. That way, you don't have to do anything. And I sent you the link, by the way, in WhatsApp.
Yeah, we got the link here.
Okay, so people who have missed 1 or 2 sessions, I would highly recommend that please go and watch those videos, because this concept from next week or the next session, I'm jumping into making sentences. So if you're weak on these concepts, it will be hard for you to make the sentence. Okay, that is our goal, because we want to jump into understanding the ayahs and verses from the Quran. Okay, so Jazakallah khair. Inshallah, we'll talk to you on Friday, and then try to review this. If you need any help from me, please let me know, and I'll do my best to help you out. Okay. Thank you for your time. I know we went a little bit over, 10 minutes over, so we'll talk next time, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.